Good day, viewers. This is another edition of the Big League Soccer coming to you from Complete Sports Studio. I am Sulaiman Alao, and with me on the program today, a panel of analysts. Immediately to my right, I have a guest analyst in the house, Niyi Okwande. You are welcome on the show.
Good day, viewers.
And Johnny, the erudite Johnny Edwards.
The pleasure is mine to be here again.
And to the extreme right there, we have Julius Ojabase.
It's good to be back again.
Okay, today we quickly go to England in the English Premier League, and we have just a round of matches to go in the league. And going through what happened in the last matches, we saw Crystal Palace and Liverpool. A dramatic match, I would say. I mean, Liverpool were up 3 goals, and all of a sudden, Crystal Palace scored 3. What do you have to say to that, Nate? Let's start from you.
Well, I'm not surprised because the Barclays Premier League is full of surprises. You can take a look at teams in the bottom of the table. When you want to play them, you can think, oh, this is 3 points. But on the day of the game, you have to perform to get the 3 points. Liverpool that day were so assured of getting 3 points, and it was just a case of how many goals they would score. So they were chasing the number of goals they were going to score, and I think they left their defense flat-footed. And by the time they considered the first goal, Crystal Palace, they had nothing to play for, so they were just enjoying themselves. They were enjoying the game, and after a few, like in 9-10 minutes, they lost the entire game because the defense was shaky after they conceded the first and the second goal. And after the manager came out, he said they played Roy of the Rovers football, which is a comical book where there is always drama at the end of the game. So it was a disappointing match. Myself, I thought Liverpool were going to win it so as to, take the title to the final day of the season, but they just didn't have enough.
Johnny, I mean, the credentials of Crystal Palace seems to be they have become a sort of giant killers. What do you think happened in that game?
Well, I think Liverpool lost concentration. They were too ambitious in their style of play. And not forgetting, until Crystal Palace lost to Man City at Selhurst Park, they were 5 games unbeaten in the league, which had secured their place in the Premiership for next season. So a team like that with such pedigree, I think Liverpool underestimated what they could do. And it wasn't as if they were really outplayed, as it were. But it just took them 11 minutes to just do the damage. And if you ask me if the game had gone 10 more minutes, they would have wrapped it up. But it's good to see teams in contention, playing themselves into contention to win the league, and also to dropping out of that position as well. But fair enough, I think this is the most competitive EPL season I've ever followed.
You can say that again. Julius, traditionally Liverpool, they are known to be a very strong side. They know how to play key matches. They have experience of playing in Champions League several years back. Now, with a Liverpool side going away and leading 3-0, I mean, it is difficult to see such a team with the hunger to win the title and just throwing away the chances like that. What do you think happened?
Well, I asked myself the same question: what happened? And then not until I begin to, I checked the league table, and I saw that even if Liverpool have won that game, they still need to have a good number of goals to be able to, displace Manchester City. So I guess they were pushing for the goals, like he said, to have more goals in their kitty, so they can have, superior goal to be able to contest with City. But I think along the way, when the goals start coming from the opponent, I was thinking the coach will have seen these signs, and at least 3 points will still keep the pressure on City. They were playing without pressure anymore. And I think the coach will have, done something differently. Instead of bringing in attacking players, maybe bring in defensive players to help the defense to say, guys, sit back and let's just get the 3 points. But I was shocked. Liverpool never changed what they were doing. They kept doing it as if they were jinxed until the 3rd goal entered. And after the game, they were crying out over the pitch. But we don't really need to see those display. They walk towards what happened. In my opinion, they walked towards it. They gave Crystal Palace the way, you know, I mean, the way the goals were coming, I think they were taped on the pitch. You couldn't, you know, really fight to stop those goals. I was shocked.
I think saying Liverpool is jinx, I don't think Liverpool fans will agree with you.
Yeah, well.
But we'll move quickly to Manchester City's game against Aston Villa. That was on Wednesday. I mean, comprehensive bashing, 4-0. What do you think transpired in that match?
Well, it's just similar to the Liverpool Crystal Palace game, because Manchester City started the game like a house on fire.
Okay.
They wanted to get the goals, they wanted to win, because their manager is all out attacking. The team is set up to just attack and win, and they can't go defensive. So they tried attacking Aston Villa, but I think Aston Villa, they just came and they packed the bus, just like the new trend we have now. They packed the bus, they weren't really willing to come out. They were just contented with 1 point. And I think they were successful for 45 minutes. But the success they had for 45 minutes packing the bus was not because they were so good at it.
Okay.
It was because Manchester City weren't so, they were a little bit profligate in front of goal. So when the second half started, I think with a little bit of luck, when Zeko got the first goal, opened the floodgates, and they were just scoring one, and the second and third and the fourth. So Aston Villa, they are safe already, and
they don't really have anything to play.
They don't have anything to play for. So
okay, Johnny, do you agree with me that I mean, Aston Villa, they didn't do the bus packing very well? You are a Chelsea fan. I mean, what do you have to say to that?
Actually, it takes, that's the new trend, like you already said, in the Premier League. The small teams will always go to the big teams to pack the bus, as in to at least to stand the chance of getting a point in the game. But fair enough for Manchester City, they needed to win. They needed to stake a claim back, since Liverpool had thrown the chance back at them to win the title. And watching that game that Wednesday night, I knew it was just time. It was just a matter of time, but I didn't believe it would end up 4-0, because for goodness sake, this was the same team that defeated Man City at the Villa Park earlier this season. So, and with the same personnel. So, but fair enough for me if you ask me. A team that has scored over 100 goals this season, has played good football, deserve to win the league. Apologies to Liverpool fans.
Okay, a team that has scored so much goals this season in England. Julius, I want you to comment on Yaya Touré's goal, that fourth goal. What do you have to say to that?
It's an extraordinary goal, and it takes a player like to pull that off, because he took the ball right from his own half and ran all the way to the opponent goal to score that. And that brings back the memory of Diego Maradona in the World Cup, when he ran against England, when he ran everybody down and got that goal. I saw that goal and I was saying it's only Yaya Touré that could pull that off, and that's a great one. But having said that, I think I was a little bit shocked with the way the Aston Villa set up yesterday, knowing the kind of side they are. They are not the pack bus kind of side, so they are safe. And I was expecting to watch good football. I mean, give City something to think about. But I was shocked. They were just like there, and City were just trying to, and it was like one way. So it wasn't surprising. At the end, it ended 4. It should have been like 10 or 15 if those, if the chances they had in the first half were converted, you know. But that's why I was shocked. They should come out there and play football. But maybe they were waiting for a counter to score or whatever, but I didn't even see any of them running towards City goalpost. But for the goal yesterday, those are the goals that makes a player to be, voted the EPL Player of the Year, or if there is any, that was a great goal by Yaya Touré.
Okay, Yaya Touré scored the amazing goal, just like you have said. Do you think the PFA award for the best player in England, do you think the award should be delayed after the end of the season?
Well, I say congratulations to Suarez, because he got that award earlier. If it has to be delayed towards the end of the season, I think those that are voting will have a rethink, and they could as well have, swing to Yaya Touré's hand. But we cannot say really Suarez did not deserve it, because I've seen some great goals scored by Suarez too. But I'm saying Yaya Touré's such goal, we hand the award somewhere.
Okay, Johnny, do you agree with that? Especially if you consider that Yaya Touré's goals has been more influential to helping this team win the title.
I wouldn't change my mind or take another stand from what I have said on this program. Yaya Toure deserves to win that award this year, even not for any other year, but this season he has been instrumental to every success City has achieved so far. So good.
Need, what's your own opinion?
Well, it's a little bit of a divided opinion really, because I can't say it should be delayed. But if they have to delay it, we can't really say the logistics that go into choosing who the best player is. Maybe if they delay it to the end of the season, maybe one or two things would be affected. But sincerely looking at the performance, generally I believe if a player should get any award, it should be based on your achievements, both on the pitch of on the field of play and contribution to the team and the success of the team in general. Luis Suarez has scored a lot of goals this season. He has been fantastic. Well, Yaya Toure has, well, maybe contributed a chunk to Man City's title-winning bid this season with plenty of goals. He scored like over 20 goals now.
More than 20 now. It's more than 20 now.
More than 20. And that's a record because it's close to Lampard's record. I don't really know the exact number of goals Lampard scored. As a scoring midfielder, he scored over 20 goals, and that's extraordinary. So he deserves to get it this season. But since Luis Suarez has been given the award, well, it still doesn't mean much.
Sorry, Baba, to cut you. For you Chelsea fans, he's miles behind Frank Lampard. So
Okay, you're trying to protect your interest there. Viewers, what do you think? Do you think that award should be delayed till after the end of each EPL season? And that's left to you. You can post your comments to us. Then we quickly move to the previews of the last game in the Premier League. Now, the key matches there, we have Liverpool playing Newcastle and Man City against West Ham. Do you foresee another drama in this last game that will determine the EPL winner, even though Man City, they have the edge now? What do you say to that?
Well, there will be drama, that's for sure. But it will just be drama for a few minutes because the point swing for Liverpool to win the league is a little bit is heavy. They need to get at least 3 points, and Man City need to lose at home. And Manchester City playing at home at the Etihad, you really don't see that happening this season. I think only Chelsea have come there in the Premier League to pick 3 points. So I think Man City will take the league. Maybe they need to draw or they need to win. They'll get it. I'm very sure. And for the remaining games, I think the other games in the Premier League on the final day, they are just more like friendly games because everybody will just be going to play for goals and just cement your position wherever you are.
Okay.
Most of the places are already set.
Johnny, do you agree that the remaining games in the EPL aside Liverpool and Man City game will just be friendlies?
They can't be friendlies. Chelsea want to finish, confirm, seal their third spots in the league. Some teams also to be vying for Europa spots, just like Manchester United. So there's still a lot to play for. And don't forget, for every position you get an extra £750,000 in the league.
Okay, so, Liverpool, Man City against West Ham. I mean, some Liverpool pundits are already looking forward to West Ham doing them a favor by getting the result against Man City for Liverpool to proceed to win the title. What do you think?
My problem with Liverpool is the ability to recover from losses. A good side, young and very, very talented, but they don't have that maturity. With all due respect to Sturridge, Sterling and Coutinho, Suarez has seen it all, playing for his national team and Liverpool in the past years. But these young guys who have come in to play major roles for Liverpool this season have not lived up, especially in the game against Chelsea, where they were frustrated out. You get so that ability to bounce back from defeat has been their problem so far this season. You understand? Their defense. Each time the pairing of Sako and Skrtel, I stand to be corrected. Each time those two line out on the pitch to play, they concede a goal. So if you are hoping West Ham will do you a favor at the Etihad, how are we sure? Like Remy won't do the damage also too. So it's 50-50 if you ask me.
Okay, Julius, I want to put this across to you. I mean, in the previous season when Man City won the Premier League on the last day, I mean, Manchester United had the title in their hands, but within a few minutes, something happened and everything changed. Almost at the tail end of that match. Do you see a similar thing happen this time around? Now Man City have the title in their hands. Do you see them throwing it away for Liverpool to pick?
I don't think
all the dramas that has been going on in the league.
I don't think they will throw it away. I don't want to shift my stand. You know, since City got the opportunity, I've said there is no way. I don't see anything that are left to play City that will get a point off them. I said that before now, and I'm saying it again. The game against West Ham is just going to be one of those games again in the Etihad Stadium. Perhaps add to their goals they've scored this season. But on the other hand, the Liverpool team, like Johnny said, you see, where they are right now, you need a good psychologist to be able to sack the player to go for it. Because they were pumped up when they had it in their hand. They were pumped, but after that disappointing result against Chelsea, you know, it's as if something was deflated. And against even the Crystal Palace, at one point, you know, a mature team will say to themselves, if we can't get that goal, we need more. Let's stay back and get the 3 points to keep the pressure on City. But you saw what happened. They were just going the same way until, you know, they couldn't get the 4 points they needed. So I don't see drama in the last day, in my opinion. I see a City continue the way they've started in the 3 games. They're still going to, you know, tear the West Ham apart. Those guys are going there, nothing to play for. I don't think they're going to do anybody any favor anywhere. And you know, and the other games, like somebody said, friendly match. The other games, I see other games really like. I mean, I was hoping that West Brom gets result against yesterday, Sunderland, so that Norwich will have something to play for against Arsenal. But right now, no matter what happens, they are gone. So they are a friendly match. And
okay, and that's for Liverpool fans. Will you be walking alone this weekend when in the last round of matches? We can all wait and see.
And sorry to say this for the Liverpool fan, I think they've done well this season. Their goal was to end the top 4, which they've done convincingly. They don't have to play what Arsenal had to play playoff to get into the group stage. So I think they've done very well. Kudos to them. They want more, but they've gotten their target. I think they should be contented with that.
A piece of advice: you don't attack all teams. Show a bit of respect.
It should have been an icing on the cake for Liverpool when won the league.
Well,
as it is, it's like you have to work alone.
They lost it against Chelsea.
That's where it went.
Their coach took them this far and
Brought them back.
he brought them back.
Because
he had no reason to attack Chelsea.
A point.
With a point, they will win the league.
Yeah.
Because they'll get it.
They won't have to be looking to score 6 goals against.
It was just their manager's inexperience that killed them.
That's what he said.
But with due respect to Rodgers, I mean, he has done.
He has tried.
You get. It takes. I mean, when you've impacted this to these players, it takes a big game player also to carry that, to carry the message, to interpret what you have. I mean, taught in training sessions and all that. Like, there was no way they were going to break Chelsea down with the way they played. 10 men behind the ball, just like what Aston Villa did. But fine, maybe with a bit of experience, they would have escaped, gone away with it. But man, Chelsea were just.
They were not used to it, in my opinion.
Whatever happened. This season, the EPL has been a fantastic season this season, and we hope that the next season will even be more better. Now, let's take a flight to Spain. Another drama is going on in the La Liga. Already, Atletico are still leading the pack with 88 points, followed by Barcelona with 85 points and Real Madrid 84 points. Funny enough, I think Madrid have dropped points consecutively in 2 matches. What do you think happened? Fatigue?
Over-reliance on Ronaldo and Bale. I mean, they played against Bayern, which they demolished at the Munich Arena. They came, they drew 2-2. I think it took a back heel from Ronaldo to salvage a point. And on Wednesday, he couldn't continue after 14 minutes or thereabout. 9 minutes. After 9 minutes, He couldn't continue, and after that free kick from Sergio Ramos, the team couldn't just continue. So I think it's the over-reliance, to me, this season so far, Real has been good, but the over-reliance on Ronaldo and Bale to get them the goods has been their undoing. Will be their undoing if they don't win the league.
Okay, Niyi, for a team that is looking to win the double and the Champions League and the La Liga title, 2 games within Sunday and Wednesday, and they drew both. What do you think is fatigue?
Well, I don't want to believe it's fatigue, because if you look at a team like Real Madrid, they have the best players involved. So there should not be an excuse that Ronaldo is not playing today or Bale is not playing. They are capable replacement, although you cannot get 2 Ronaldos in it. That is obvious, but it should not be fatigue. If a team like Real Madrid, if they are going for the title, you have to fight till the end. If Atletico Madrid are on top of the league at this stage in the season, with the resources they've got, then you shouldn't be talking about fatigue for a team like Real Madrid. They have what it takes. I think they've just switched up on the wrong time.
To counter, not to counter, but let's look at it from a different perspective now. Would you rather play your first team for special games or when you know you have to win titles? Don't forget, Carlo Ancelotti, his days at Chelsea, he won the double in his first season. He went to France, he won the league. He's chasing, a record. Just like what a friend used to tell me, he would erase Mourinho's record of having winning titles in every league he went, and also winning the La Decima for Real Madrid this season. He has already achieved one, getting to the Champions League final in his first season with Real Madrid, which Mourinho couldn't do in 3 years. But I wouldn't say, for goodness, you can't play Ronaldo 90 minutes in Munich, 90 minutes against, what's the name of the team they drew 2-2?
Against Valencia.
Against Valencia, and he wasn't fit for that game. Reports had it that he wasn't fit. He was feeling pains on his thigh, but he still risked him. If you had good quality, like you already said, they have the best players in the world. If you have quality players in games like this, you know you have to win. You won't bring in a Morata to come and play in for you.
Okay, Julius, do you think there's been an over-reliance on Ronaldo at Real Madrid?
I think I would differ a little bit. I think somewhere, and I differ and I agree with the assessment that said, I think they switched up at the wrong time. So much has been said about being reliant on Ronaldo. I think the Real Madrid have enough players to get them the Spanish league. They switch up at the wrong time. That's just what I think, because those 2 games, they got draw. And perhaps they're already preparing for the Champions League final. And yes, and there are games to play to win the Spanish league, which you have to play before you get to the Champions League. So perhaps that's where perhaps that's where their focus. They left the league and opened it to Atletico.
To add to that,
okay.
we have not given the opponents they face some credit also too. Valencia too are not. They are not pushovers. Same with Valladolid also too. It wasn't as if it was just a one-way traffic or a one-sided game. Those guys came out too. They gave them tough time too.
What we are saying is that for a team that is aspiring, even not the double now, they have won the trophy already. They could have as well go for the treble. And you are playing at home against Valencia. You would have expected that at least they will nick a win in that game.
You see why I still insist that. Fine, the team must have switched off at the right time or at the wrong time, as the case may be. But for goodness sake, it will tell on you. With the World Cup just a month away, you have crucial games on you. We all know what happened to Eden Hazard when he copped up that knock in the second leg game against PSG. He told Mourinho, because he wanted to risk him. He said he wasn't going to play.
Okay, Real Madrid is better for they are not big galacticals and stars and well-known names. Comparing that team to what we have is Atletico Madrid.
Yes.
So what is the difference this season for both teams? And they'll be playing in the finals of the Champions League.
Yeah, I think the difference has just been the hunger. If you look at Real Madrid, it's a known fact. It's an open secret that what they want to win is the Champions League.
Okay.
They've won the La Liga a number of times and they're very sure. we've not won the Champions League for a while, and they want to make it 10 UCL titles. So that is their focus this season. So they have all their focus majorly on that Champions League title. So they can easily switch off in the La Liga games. They will be forgiven. Ancelotti will be forgiven. But to lose that Champions League final will be the problem.
Julius, do you think that is the idea of Real Madrid switching off tactically?
Well, they could, like I said, they could be focusing in the Champions League. But you asked if what's the difference between the two sides. Yeah, he said hunger. I agree with that. And aside that, teamwork. I was telling somebody, I said in Madrid, I could point to Garbe and point to Ronaldo, maybe Di Maria. But you see, in Atletico, everybody is Ronaldo, everybody is Garbe. That's yes. No, what I mean, you are calling a player name.
They function as
exactly. They are all Ronaldo.
More compact.
very.
They are the same in time of play. And that's why sometimes when they make, it's amazing when they make substitute. You try to find out, did they really change anybody from that team that was playing? So that's one thing that's going on with that. There's this togetherness, this ability to understand what the other player wants to do. And I have said this, and I repeat, even the final of the Champions, I choose Atletico over Madrid to win it. It will be bad for Madrid, but there's nothing you can do about a side that is like Atletico. I've seen Soja. If you have seen Soja Ant work, and you watch an Atletico play, you will marvel. For me, for them to not have won Chelsea at home, I was shocked. But to do it, I wasn't, because I expected them to do that. So they're hard-working side.
Okay, Johnny. Nii said that Madrid can be forgiven if they didn't win the league, but do you think they will be forgiven if they miss the Champions League?
Well, I don't know how you want me to do that. I mean, that's their dream, to win the La Decima this season. But having said that, I don't think Real Madrid will forgive themselves, even if the board forgives themselves losing out on the title.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't have put that question that way, because now he is saying that they will be forgiven if they misses out on the league and win the Champions League. But against the same team, Atletico Madrid will now win the league and win the Champions League.
Because you see, hunger varies. Okay, as a coach, now I'll speak as a coach and as a player. Ronaldo has won the league. Okay, in his 4 years things in Real Madrid. Ancelotti in his first season has won the Copa del Rey. What gives you the impression that he won't want to go out to win the league? Since he have a foot already in the final, also go out and achieve that. So even you're right to say they have a chance, but for me, they won't be forgiven at all, because having coughed out over 86 million for Gareth Bale, brought in Mendy, brought in what's this guy's name again from Malaga?
The six
Isco. I mean, you won't expect anything less at that moment. I mean, with those signings, they were at par, even more. They spent more than Barcelona in the La Liga this season. So, I mean, playing second fiddle to any team this season would be a failure, regardless of what happens in the Champions League final.
Okay, with just 2 matches to go, 6 points available to all these teams, and already Barcelona are second with 5 points. Do you see any variables going into the last 2 games in the season?
Like I said before we came on set, sorry to jump on. Like I said before we came on set, it is Atletico Madrid's title to lose.
Okay.
Now I said earlier that they just need to win and the title is theirs.
Okay.
Now I'll explain. Who did they face this weekend now?
Atletico Madrid against Malaga.
They face Malaga, and if they win Malaga, they're playing at the Camp Nou against Barcelona in the final game. That's where the title would be won and lost. They just need 1 point to win it. So, which do you think will be the biggest test for them? Defeating Malaga and going to Nou Camp to do what? To play the game of their lives. And that's why I believe that once they could put Malaga to the sword, man, congrats to Diego Simeone in advance.
Julius, will you say it's early days to say congratulations to Diego Simeone?
Well, if they don't switch off, I don't see that team not winning the Spanish league, and then as a matter of fact going all the way to win the Champions League. You see, when you see, I remember the team that won the European Cup, Greece, when they went to Portugal then. Now, that's a team that came to Portugal. You know, nobody knew anybody. But there was something in that team. They were worker. They worked to this. So I see the same thing in Atletico. And that is desire. So those things can push you anywhere. So that's why I feel it will be difficult to take that league away from them, even the Champions League.
Okay, it seems that Barcelona has been taken out of the picture, despite currently second on the table.
Well, I think that's an erroneous impression or an erroneous thing to do, because you can't take Barcelona out of that picture. I think Real Madrid, after the draw yesterday, I think they can forget the league. They have the catch-up they have to do now is I think is too big for them. 6 points left and 4 points is too much. But Barcelona, they have a very good chance. And they don't even have a chance to win the league this weekend. Because if Barcelona lose this weekend, because this Barcelona team are unpredictable. They've been losing when you don't expect them. So if they lose this weekend, then Atletico go on to win.
Do you foresee a situation like Johnny have said? In the event of Atletico Madrid losing against Malaga and Barcelona are playing against Atletico Madrid in the final game of the season, what do you think will likely play out?
Well, I don't even think you need to take it that far before we think of drama on the final game of the season. Even if Atletico defeats Malaga this weekend and Barcelona win, going into the final game of the season, the difference between Barcelona and Atletico will still be 3 points. Barcelona will need to defeat them to take the lead away from them. And I think that can be the drama of the final day. Barcelona have these big players that have seen it all. Atletico Madrid players are just filled with great determination and they are very, very strong. But they've never done it before. They've not won the league. Most of these players are just players that they brought from one lower league team or from one mid-table club in the Liga. So if Barcelona are playing them on the final day of the season with a chance at winning the league, I think we could get a surprise. Despite the fact that Atletico have led the league all the way. Yes, all the
Johnny, it's looking to be a very good scenario going to the La Liga final. La Liga end of the season. 85 points Barcelona if they win their next game, and Atletico also win their next game. Then we are going to have what I will call another brand of El Clasico. What do you think will play out?
Well, I still stand on my predictions. Atletico would win.
Okay.
They would win.
And no come.
Well, it remains to be seen. What the scoreline would be, but I think the job for them is to defeat Malaga this weekend.
Okay, Julius. Lastly to you, Barcelona have plus 67 on goals against Atletico Madrid plus 51. So all Barcelona needs to do is to win their remaining 2 games, and they will snatch the title away.
And that two game includes Atletico Madrid.
Yes, and Liverpool. That's
well, I've said I'm not going to differ. If they had to, because I saw a Barcelona playing Atletico, and the danger man in Barcelona who was supposed to make this happen became a defender. So that's talking about Lionel Messi. So because you see. The truth is,
too harsh on Messi?
I am not. I saw the game. He became a defender, and the truth is that
I hope the trend continues.
I'm praying as a Nigerian.
As a Nigerian,
what has happened to Barcelona of recent?
No. But to be honest, since Lionel Messi came back from the injury, he has not really walked back to the same Lionel Messi.
So he has 28 goals.
Come on. At this stage, last year. You understand, so compare. So that's why he has 28 goals, great. But
you can excuse him if he's
well, that's what I'm saying. That the innocent since he came back, he has not really get to that line of Messi. I'm just saying that based on what I'm predicting will happen with the Atletico game.
But as Niki has mentioned, hunger, and when you have the title,
sorry,
right
Baba,
in front of your
Baba,
fans in the land.
Baba, let me ask a question. Who is more hungry, in my opinion? Atletico Madrid. Now, Barcelona have won the league. they've won the league. They've won the league. You said Atletico have not won it. Player, they got from, let me tell you this. Atletico have the whole thing to play for. Barcelona have seen it all. So if you want to find out who is more hungry, in my opinion, at least Atletico is more hungry to lift the trophy.
To add to what he said, this was the same. Atletico, go watch their games recently. They play their best football against attacking sides because they know how to stop you from playing and they know how to hit you. Same, a clear example is against Chelsea. When Chelsea felt they were home and dry after that goal that they were going to sit up, they found that space behind the bosses, the supposed bosses Chelsea parked at Stamford Bridge. So, if I don't think Barcelona or Tata Martino will be gullible enough to attack Atletico, even in front of his own home fans. You get to what? So,
well, I think on a final note from me, I think we shouldn't rule out Barcelona for the experience and for the star players they've got. They can pull something off.
Okay, viewers, that's our things on the program today, and you can see that as regards the Liga title race, the panel of analysts, they don't seem to agree. Do Barcelona have a chance? Do Atletico have the best chance? And can Real Madrid still pop up with a surprise? We'll wait to see in the two league matches remaining to go in the La Liga. And quickly, before we round up, we'll go to Italy already, where Juventus have been crowned champion.
They're already crowned, and in
France, PSG has won the title. And that's how we come to the end of the program today. Don't forget to subscribe and send your comments, and you can be sure that we'll read them out in the next episode. Thank you and bye bye.